Hey everyone. So, this is going to be quite a different video from the last few. I've been going down this rabbit hole of horrible shit that's happening in the world, mostly to just attack the freedom of regular people and just corruption and just evil. Evil has won, and they are continuing to win. So I just wanted to get my thoughts out there and just talk about it a little bit because it's an important topic. All of these things I want to talk about today are important topics, and we should never stop talking about any single one of them. If you don't want to hear some fucking greaseballs opinions on world everything, world events, I don't know, current events, here's your chance to click off now, because this is going to be a long one. Let's go ahead and get into it. So the Epstein files. I'm sure that needs no introduction, but basically to keep the people who are in the dark right now, keep them in the loop. Epstein files, bad news. Jeffrey Epstein, biggest pedophile on the planet, and supposedly he killed himself a long time ago, and he had a list of a bunch of names. Bunch of very powerful people in the world leaders, politicians, celebrities, everything like that. Basically P. Diddy, but on a level of world control and, just a world level of, just a Galactus level threat, basically. The mishandling and just outright blatant just corruption in the U.S. government specifically right now is just horrendous, It's terrible what we've got going on here. There's, like, our president right now, the fucking president of the United States is, like, just trying to just cover this shit up so badly. The amount of things that they have tried to do, releasing edited jail footage and saying it's the raw thing, trying to spin it as if the Epstein files aren't that fun. They're not cool to look at. All while, just sitting there in front of their private fucking jet and laughing at us. Laughing at the fucking people who want justice for the victims. Like, I don't care what side of the political spectrum you're on. You probably want justice for these poor victims that went through this horrible shit. I'm sure that was a big fucking reason why a lot of people voted for this guy in the first place. Because one of the biggest fucking things he was saying is, I'm going to release the Epstein files. It's time to drain the swamp, all that shit. So then fucking do it. Like, I don't know how, like, you can't just go back on one of your fucking promises that you basically made your entire campaign about. If it was a tool that was made up by the Democrats and Hillary Clinton and Obama and stuff like that, why didn't they release it to get you in trouble when they were in power? Because that argument is just bullshit. It's fucking baloney. It's fucking fish paste. I think they didn't release it because there are a lot of powerful names in that list. Democrat, Republican, third party, doesn't fucking matter. And it doesn't fucking matter to me. They're all in bed together. I'm a pretty left-leaning fucking guy. And still, I don't fucking care about what side of the fucking political whatever shit you're on. We just want the fucking names to be released so then we can have finally some justice for these thousands of people who had their lives ruined because they were human trafficked into this fucking island, and then God knows what fucking happened on that horrible place of hell on earth, basically. The U.S. government has been just constantly trying to cover it up, and horribly so. They're just terrible at this whole thing. This is one of the worst fucking cover-ups I have ever seen in my entire lifetime. That's not a big lifetime, but that's still a lifetime nonetheless. But it's just horrible. It's just horrible. And I hope that no one ever forgets this. I hope everyone continues to talk about this. I hope that, this continues to get the attention it deserves. CoffeeZilla, Mudahar, Charlie, I hope they all continue to make these videos about it. And that's one of the biggest reasons I'm fucking talking about it, because they haven't made a video in a while. Just before, you know, all the fucking age verification for YouTube shit happens, so then they can just blatantly censor me, because that's what's going to happen. Anyone coming from the US, an ID coming from the US, can't show them this video because it talks about the Epstein files. Oh, okay, well, I guess I'm fucking censored now. But that's the point. I'm trying to just get it out before all of this shit happens, before shit hits the fan, even though it hit the fan a long fucking time ago. Moving away from the Epstein files and, you know, the horrible mishandling of trying to cover this shit up by the US government. Also, keep in mind, this has all happened over the course of like a month or two. The fact that this happened in less time a baby can be born is fucking mental. The snowball started as a tiny little snowball, and now it is a full-blown avalanche. It's fucking wild, dude. But yeah, the next thing I want to talk about, mass censorship in video games, and just in media in general now, apparently. This is another topic that I'm sure a lot of people know here, but Collective Shout is an organization basically for, you know, feminist movement and everything like that. They are fighting for women's rights and stuff like that, or what appears to be women's rights and the rights for children and everything like that. But I don't buy that fucking bullshit, because it's just, they could go about this so much better. They could go about this so much better. And I am all for like, you know, everything to do with women. I fucking love women. Fuck, I am probably as close to a feminist as you can get for a guy. I want women to be as equal as I am. A white guy. I want women to be on my fucking level. It's not fair that they can't. It's horrible what happens to them every single time. Just all the time. It's horrible. The way that this organization from Australia, Collective Shout, is actually going about this is just horrible. It started with going after rape and incest games on Steam. They pressured Visa, MasterCard. You know, I'm sure a lot of people know the whole fucking story by now, but they pressured Visa and MasterCard into threatening Steam to pull their, you know, payment processing ability. What's it called? I don't know what it's called. You get what I'm trying to say. Basically, Visa and MasterCard threatened Steam if they didn't delist those games. So Steam complies, because with companies as big as Visa and MasterCard knocking at your fucking doorstep saying, hey, we're going to just basically disable your entire business and there's nothing you can do about it, you just can't do anything but comply. Like, it's a scary world that they have as much power as they fucking do. It's like they picked the lowest hanging fruit, because what sane fucking person is going to miss rape and incest games? Most people, myself included, will not fucking care that we lost a stepbrother, stepmom in the butthole and has a baby with her or something. You get the idea. Like, no one's fucking missing those games. And they know that. They know that no one would miss those games. So they started with that. But now we saw, within a week, they went after Steam, and then they already went after itch.io for similar things. But then they started, you know, upping what they wanted gone. So they just removed all porn games from itch.io. And then and at that point, it's just like, well, there you go. I mean, sure, like, I don't fucking play porn games, but there are people that do. There are people that like to goon to fucking big anime titties with a mouse in their left hand, with a mouse and keyboard in their left hand, clicking through this shit instead of, you know, like a normal person just opening up the hub, 100 tabs of the hub, and just going to town. I don't fucking know, but it's like, they know that no one's going to care about going after those types of games, but It's just they went after that. They went after that low hanging fruit, then the next lowest hanging fruit, and now they have just removed a lot of games in general that have adult themes or just adult everything. And they're not refunding anyone for people who buy games or whatever. No one's handing out refunds. No one's getting any of their shit reinstated. Nothing. It's just a bunch of wasted money gone. It's like if someone broke into your house and you're reading 50 Shades of Grey with your dildo, and they took your dildo and burned your 50 Shades of Grey copy because children can't read that. Even though you are alone in your house, you have no kids, and no one loves you because all you do is sit there and masturbate to 50 Shades of Grey. But yeah, it's a fucked situation for everyone involved except for the people at the top. And again, there's not much we as people can do. I've been seeing a lot of Reddit posts of people, saying, "Hey, we're gonna start calling Visa and MasterCard to try to get them to back down." And then just this morning, right before I started recording, I actually saw another Reddit post about Collective Shout's response to this. And now they are claiming that they are the victims. I'll put it up on screen now for everyone to read it. It's just a terrible situation all around, honestly, for all the normal people. This was never about the kids. This was never about protecting women or any of that shit. It's about mass control, surveillance, and just, in general, just a huge amount of censorship. It's about the government and these companies telling you what you can and can't see, what you can and can't buy, and it's going to go downhill from here forever. The next thing the next thing I actually wanted to go over is the UK stuff, everything that's going on in the UK, and now starting to hit the US just last night. Well, just yesterday, actually, as of me recording this video. So the UK has rolled out a new policy in Parliament you have to identify yourself if you want to use certain features of things like Wikipedia, things like Discord, things like now Spotify, things like now YouTube. Both Spotify, I think I saw that both Spotify and YouTube are also now in the US. They're rolling out certain features, but I'll get into that in a second. But yeah, just to use certain features of fucking Wikipedia, you have to verify your identification by sending in a selfie or by using your government, issued ID or your driver's license or whatever, something like that. And that's not cool. Obviously, if you're sitting there thinking to yourself and agreeing with the government that you think this is fine, I want you to look in the mirror and I want you to contemplate how you got this fucking delusional. Like, we should not have to identify ourselves to use the internet. I mean, a lot of people consider the internet the last bastion of freedom. It's not that anymore. Because apparently, all these big governments and big tech companies, they're supposed to be your parents, your kids' parents. So if you have a kid right now, put them on very strict guidelines that you set, not the government. It's not the government's job to parent your fucking children. This is what actually has been happening to a lot of these kids. They grow up on TikTok or on YouTube Shorts or just on YouTube in general, and they turn out to be these douchebags who just want attention at all times. And there's not much we can do about that other than the parents stepping in and fucking parenting their children, putting restrictions on devices. I don't know, putting restrictions on what websites they can visit, what websites they can't visit. And it's like, certain websites, yes, should not be visited by children, but that doesn't mean that everyone should have to suffer for it. That doesn't mean that we should have to verify our fucking identity because little Timmy and his fucking cracked out mother can't afford to sit down and watch what her son is watching. And make sure it is child appropriate. I don't know. It makes no sense whatsoever. Like, why does everyone have to suffer for bad parenting? It is once again, they are once again targeting the internet. They tried to do this with, a lot lighter restrictions back in 2016, 2017 again. They were like, hey, we're going to just demonetize everyone on YouTube that uses swears or that, that talks about adult themes or whatever. And TikTok is now the same thing. It's just like, hey, you can't say rape. You can't say suicide. You can't say any of these fucking words. You have to make up other random nonsensical words, basically, or just use other, placeholders like grape, for example, like the fruit to, mention rape. It's fucked up. It's weird. When talking about a serious situation like rape, why the fuck do you have to use a fucking supplementary word? But anyways, yeah, it's just like everyone has to cater to children now, apparently, which doesn't make any sense because this is kind of off topic here, but every company is moving towards this clean, sterile thing to police the shareholders, obviously, but every one of these companies is trying to make it look like a Starbucks. McDonald's has no fucking charm anymore. That place was a kid's wonderland back in the early 2000s, when I was growing up, early 2000s and like late 90s and everything like that. That shit was fucking amazing. When you go to McDonald's, you're gonna have a good time. Now it's like you go to McDonald's and you're like, oh wow, this looks like a prison. What the fuck happened to the magic? It's just stuff like that that really just makes you sad. You can't have fun anymore as a child. In the real world, you have to be subject to sitting down and listening to whatever the government wants you to listen to or watch or whatever when you're growing up. So then you just grow up to be a mindless fucking drone and all this stuff. So all content creators and everyone else in the entire fucking world has to suffer for it. It's horrible. It really is. If you're not scared of this shit, you should be. You should be. Even if you don't use the internet very much. This is taking away freedoms of yours. A lot of these people over on the right side of the political spectrum are, all about free speech and freedom of this and freedom of that and freedom to tear your nipples out and stuff them in people's eye sockets or whatever the fuck they are constantly on about. It's like, I hope that they are having this same reaction of, wow, this is fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, because it is, what's happening here is quite literally just an injustice on freedoms of citizens of countries, whole countries are now being affected. And I'm going to put the tinfoil condom on and call me crazy and call me a fucking loony bin, but I think that all of this has something to do with the Epstein files, like, I don't know. I think a lot of this has to do with them just trying to, them being the global elites and everything like that. They're all sleeping together. They're all in the same bed. And none of them want the Epstein files to come out because, well, they're all most likely in there. What happened? Like, they're just trying to keep it so that we don't talk about the Epstein files. So there's so many other things that are going on right now that's just bad. I don't know how else to put it. It's just like there's so many other things happening in this world that's just bad. So they keep the content creators, they keep the normal people, the citizens, the news, everything like that. They keep it busy so that they report on what's happening live. And then they just hopefully do this until hopefully everyone just forgets about the Epstein files and stops talking about it. I really hope that doesn't happen because it's just all this justice for the victims, it means nothing. Being a victim now, you're basically on your own. It fucking sucks because you thought you had the government with you on your side, at least now, because you're like, oh, well, the government's going to release the Epstein files, and hopefully we'll see some justice for these horrible fucking people that, did unspeakable acts to me as a child or me as an adult or whatever. Now they are just up and saying it's not real. It was a hoax. It was made up by the Democrats. You should hate the Democrats because they tried to get me, the greatest man on the fucking planet, apparently. They tried to get me. They tried to take me down. It's fucking despicable, honestly. And if you don't see that, I can't help you. Like, you are too far gone. You are too far brainwashed. we went from age verification again in the UK back to the fucking Epstein files. You can tell that this fucking means a lot to me. I fucking hate that they're trying to cover this shit up. But anyways, back to the whole age verification shit. So basically now a lot of, everywhere in the UK right now, unless you're subverting it with a VPN, you can't use the internet basically without forking over your ID to the government, or having a face scan or some other biometric thing so that they can just track you and know what the fuck you're looking at. So, that's going on. Charlie said this perfectly. If he was in the UK, he would leave. Me fucking too. I'd be leaving on the next fucking boat off. I don't know where the fuck I'd go though, because the problem is that every fucking country is following. It's like, you want to come to the US? Stay the fuck away, honestly. It's not good over here. It's fucking horrible here. Constant corruption, and constantly have these people cover up this horrible shit that happened to these people when they were so young. So that's kind of out of the options. You want to go to Italy? What if you're a fucking Nintendo Switch ROM guy? Then you get thrown in the fucking slammer. You get the book thrown at you. Like, you just can't go anywhere now. It's fucked. The whole world is fucked. I want to be on the first ship to Mars. Fuck this planet, dude. Jesus Christ. It's all for the betterment of our children, and it's all for protecting children and making sure they don't grow up watching harmful content and stuff like that. And of course they pick the most noblest of causes to go after. They're going after a super low-hanging fruit. It's like, it's hard to even be against the whole idea of that. You just can't. Because, yeah, I agree. Children need better protection on the internet, because it's very easy to find horrible shit on the internet. But also, it should be a responsibility of the parents to do this shit, not the fucking government or the fucking companies. It's really, really, really scary of where we're going with the world right now, the way the world is moving, the way of the future. And a lot of people are convinced that this is good. I can't believe it. They were too far gone at thinking that the Epstein files were faked by whoever the fucking government wants them to think that they were faked by. That we think that now that people are thinking that this is a good thing, fuck, dude. I am 100% ashamed to be a part of the human fucking race at this point. It's just, we're a fucking embarrassment, honestly. Next thing I want to talk about is dead internet theory. Except it's not a fucking theory anymore. The amount of bot traffic on the entire internet right now outweighs the amount of human flesh, blood, and cringe. It outweighs that section of actual content that's being posted on the internet. Clankers are being used in everything. And honestly, it's the scary progress that a lot of these fucking AI chatbots and AI generating videos and stuff like that, these text-to-speeches, everything. The rapid growth of these fucking things are just horrifying. Because when does it get to the point where robots will just start to, that these AI bots can just think for themselves, basically? Because once that happens, what happens and what stops them from just turning off the fucking internet, basically? If they know the amount of knowledge that they all have, because they're all just being trained on all of our fucking data anyways, YouTube and Google, that's why they're leading. They can just pull down any fucking video. This video will probably be used in some third-party AI. But anyways, yeah, and then VO3, just being able to generate full videos that look good, to the average person that's just fucking sitting there doom scrolling on TikTok. They won't notice that what they just fucking watched doesn't exist. and didn't exist half an hour earlier. Like, AI has a use case in a lot of these businesses and everything like that. Like auto dubbing YouTube videos to match better languages or match other languages. I think that could be a good use of AI. It's implemented pretty terribly right now, I think, but, what do I know? I was hoping that a lot of this fucking shit would just go away, but it's not. And but these big companies, Microsoft, Google, Meta, whatever, they're all just really putting all of their eggs into this AI basket. And it's really scary. Windows literally just taking screenshots of your fucking screen to upload to AI to make sure that they can know what the fuck you're going to do next. To predict your patterns for you. Why the fuck do we need that? I don't want that. That's why I moved to Arch. Because fuck Windows. I moved to Arch right after the last time that they said they were removing the whole ability to bypass the Ubi shit. It's fucking atrocious. Is really what it is. I mean, we can turn these features off by like hacking into the registry, I'm sure, in Windows. Or running some command line or something like that. But not everyone knows how to do that shit. Not everyone knows that you should be doing SFC and DISM every month or so. Not everyone knows that. Not everyone knows that you even have to update drivers on your computer, let alone run a fucking command line. They see a command line, you type netstat in there, and they're fucking mind blown. You see it all the time. You see it all the time. These big fucking scammers. They're like, yeah, here, look, we're going to open up a secure server, netstat, listing all these foreign IP addresses when all of them are fine. All of them are normal. So, you can't just disable that. Most people won't know how to fucking disable that. And it's just, it's really scary, YouTube and Spotify now just restricting certain content behind a age verification thing, despite what age you put in your fucking profile. You say when you're signing up for YouTube, you have to give your age for some fuck ass reason. Now they're just going to completely fucking ignore that and have an AI watch over you and make sure and just see what you're watching. If you're watching like Pokemon and then like the whole Pokemon scene is just 20 to 30 year olds, like Charlie said in that video, there are going to be so many false positives. Imagine if you look up, I don't know, like my video a couple videos ago, I played Spider-Man 1 for the PS2. That game is made for children. Even though my video is not made for children, I say fuck in that video so many times just to make sure it gets picked up and no kids ever fucking watch it. Though, you can fix it? Oh, perfect. Okay, how can I fix it? Oh, I have to upload a picture of my ID or submit a face scan. Fantastic. How is this even legal? This should not be legal. Like, at all, whatsoever. In the US and the UK, it doesn't fucking matter. This is just an invasion of privacy and just, in general, a fucking breach on everyone's freedoms. It's abhorrent. It's terrible. It's fucking atrocious. I don't know even what to fucking say anymore because it's all of these fucking old people, these fucking oldies that don't know what the fuck the internet even is anymore. They start making these laws and rules and regulations for it even though they've never spent a second on the internet. They don't know what it's like to use it. Everyone in a position of power is like 80. How? Why? Why are we putting these fucking dinosaurs in office? Joe Biden, Donald Trump, all of them, they're fucking ancient. They probably wear fucking diapers to bed, dude. Why the fuck are they still in positions of power that they can choose choose what we see and choose what we want and choose what we do on a daily basis? It makes no fucking sense. And Mudahar brings up a great point in a lot of his videos going over about a lot of this. And I agree wholeheartedly with him. It's not right versus left or left versus right or whatever, however way you want to spin it. It is us versus them. Us being all of the regular fucking people and citizens that live in the countries that they fucking control, and it's them. The global elites, world leaders, CEOs, all this other fucking bullshit. These bullshit titles that mean basically fuck all when you think about it, because they don't do the work that their companies are doing. They don't put in the hours to their company that the hours of the regular employees are doing. I am literally spitting here. I just spit all over my microphone. But yeah, they don't put in the hours of work that we do to put them in the position that they're in. And still, they're doing this shit. They should be bending to us, not us bending to them. It makes no fucking sense. We do the work for them. Like, we do the work for them and put them in the position of power. They should be willing to work with us. It should be a symbiotic little thing, you know? It just doesn't make any fucking sense. I get that you have to have, someone making all the final decisions and whatever, but when you just have a couple rich people just buying up every fucking company in the world and just owning everything, at that point you just have like 4 rich people and 100 and 4 monopolies. All they want to do is spy on you, collect your data, scrape your data, and sell it to the highest bidder, or sell it to the government, or sell it to whoever is willing to buy it for even fucking 30 cents, dude. If that means more money at the bottom line, they'll take it. They'll take it and run. It's a sad fucking world we live in. And I don't know what a lot of us can do. We're just kind of sitting here waiting to see what happens, because I know it's like it's one of those things where you just can't. You just have to sit there and wait patiently and see what happens at the end. At the end of this tunnel, I don't see a golden fucking light, a beam of light or anything like that. I see more fucking tunnel. More tunnel leading into this black void of shit. And you know what I see at the other end? If we try to turn back now, more shit. We can't just turn back now. There's so many people that are in power that shouldn't be. There's so many people that have the authority over our lives that shouldn't have them. Us, as the fucking citizens of Earth, we're all in this together. And the fact that we're still trying to fight over whose world borders are whose, and who has the most money, and who has the most dead, or who has the biggest fucking gun, it's sad, man. So I think I want to end it here now, because I've gone on my huge rant for long enough now. So if you liked what you saw, you can leave a like. If not, you can leave a dislike. If you want to show me more support, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And with all that out of the way, fuck you all, and have a good night.